to Prepperties, where we are on the hunt for safe haven properties worldwide. I'm your host, Diane Cohn, and with me today is Brian Muench, who is the branch manager and broker associate at Heritage House Sotheby's International Realty in Middletown, New Jersey. Welcome, Brian.
Thanks very much, Diane. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So what is your background? How did you end up in Middletown, New Jersey?
Well, I actually I grew up in Middletown here, which is located in Monmouth County, and, went off to college and got a couple of degrees and entered the corporate world and spent a lot of years in global business development in the high-tech and banking sectors, and was investing in real estate. And after we successfully sold our company, I decided to get into real estate for myself as an agent, and spent the next number of years building myself up as a Circle of Excellence award winner here in the state and top salespeople, and then eventually started my own firm and grew my firm from about 2005 through 2013 after a couple of mergers and acquisitions, and then sold it to be closer to my family down here in Middletown, and be closer to home for my children and my wife, and got a fabulous position here with Heritage House Sotheby's International Realty. Our broker of record, Mary Burke, is known throughout the industry in New Jersey and throughout Sotheby's International Realty. And our office here serves Middlesex, Monmouth, and Ocean counties. And it's just an absolutely great market area. Most people know us because we sustained a lot of damage in Hurricane Sandy, which has created some very interesting market dynamics for the past year.
So what's that been like? How's that affected your market?
Well, the number one way that it has affected our market is we have a ton of investors now coming in, buying storm-damaged homes, and renting them out. Believe it or not, there still are a ton of displaced folks from Hurricane Sandy who need quality rental living, and that's what we see happening a lot here in some of those affected areas.
So, I'm sorry,
yeah.
these investors, are they institutional? Are they mom and pop?
We get a little bit of everything. We have people buying up 2 properties at a time, 5 properties at a time, or institutional investors coming up and buying whole parcels, fixing up the properties and then renting them out. And the interesting dynamic that we have here in New Jersey, all the major market news sources claim 12 to 22% appreciation across the nation by 2018. Well, if you actually look at the econometric data, in the state of New Jersey, the average appreciation is only about 2%. So it's creating, with the low interest rates, it's creating a fabulous opportunity for investors to come in, buy properties, rent them out, because rents are appreciating faster than actual homes are, and having a very steady income for the long term.
So you guys are not so far away from New York. I don't know if you're a bedroom community or not, but in this world of quantitative easing, there's a lot of money floating around, and Wall Street must have some influence on how your market is rolling. Do you see big presence where you are?
Absolutely. Middletown is actually literally 1 hour from New York City by train or fast ferry. So we have a lot of Wall Street folks living in our communities here. Monmouth County is also very well known for having a very dispersed divergification with regard to the types of demographics that we have here in our county. We have some very low-priced homes all the way up to some of the richest areas in New Jersey right in our county. So we service a very, very wide demographic.
So how is the high end doing versus the low end? Are you seeing changes in the high end?
Absolutely, and high end has definitely come back. Being with Sotheby's International Realty, we sell a lot of the luxury properties around the world, and this area is certainly no exception. Jumbo mortgage loans are now even more attractive to buyers than regular conventional types of home funding. So we see a big spur and a big increase in the amount of luxury properties that are being sold in this area.
And how much of your market is all cash now versus traditional lending?
I think we're seeing probably 30 to 35% all cash deals now, especially on some of the investor-driven rental properties.
So walk me through what happened after 2008 in your market. You know, I imagine it was affected. How was it affected? How has it come back up to the storm?
Absolutely. I mean, not unlike the rest of the nation. I think I read a stat today. Back in 2008, 35% of real estate transactions were on distressed properties. Now it's down to only 14%. So we took a major hit. We saw a lot of foreclosure and short sale activity here. I myself benefited by buying a foreclosed property. I bought a $1 million home for about half. It was incredible. Yeah. And, you know, we plan on staying there for the long haul. So we're not worried about flipping. We're not worrying about that kind of appreciation. We're here for the long haul. We do see still a lot of flipping going on in this area. Investors are coming in and buying homes that are either distressed financially or distressed physically from the storm, fixing them up and selling them for a pretty decent profit margin. In a very short amount of time, actually.
So that's kind of interesting. So you've got flippers in the market, you've got rental investors in the market. You know, I read something a little while ago on HuffPo. I don't know if you saw it, but it was about, you know, some of these landlords, some of the institutional landlords that go in and they buy a lot of properties, and then, you know, they were foreclosures and they have issues, and if you're renting these properties, they don't answer their phone, you have to live with the smell of sewage. I mean, is that kind of thing happening where you are, or?
No, we're not seeing that a lot. I mean, we have a lot of really great investors coming in, fixing up properties to rent out. In some cases, especially with the storm damaged properties, they're just knocking them down, and builders are buying it at the land value, either through a foreclosure, short sale, or just as an all-cash buyer to a homeowner who wants to just get the money and get out, and they're building much nicer homes. So, you know, we're seeing a lot of that as well. A lot of builder activity in this area, buying up half-acre to acre-size lots.
So do you have any foreign investors in your market at all, or is it pretty much mostly domestic?
I'd say it's a predominance of domestic investors, but we are getting more and more foreign buyers, especially with Sotheby's International Realty being such a global brand. We're seeing a lot of those folks come in as well, interested in long-term rent and hold investments.
So let's say I'm from India, for example, and I have $2 million and I'm looking to, you know, put some money into real estate in the U.S., maybe get one of those visa deals while I'm at it. What would you suggest that I do with that money?
I definitely would diversify. I definitely would invest a portion into the lower income housing market to be able to rent or flip those properties. But as well, because we have kind of a short supply, a short inventory of properties here, it's starting to finally level out. We're at kind of normal market absorption rates compared to the rest of the nation. They're buying some higher priced homes and renting them out at a premium for those folks that are commuting from Wall Street into Manhattan, into Philadelphia, and other areas, and renting them at a higher price rental income. So definitely we see a lot of diversification.
So if I were going to invest this way, what kind of capitalization rates could I expect in your market?
You can expect anywhere from 8 to 11% cap rates in certain areas, on certain properties for sure. And also looking at the rental income is something that's incredibly important as well. I've worked with a number of smaller investors that literally leave their jobs, start investing in real estate, the rent and hold type of pattern, and that's how they're making their livelihood now. And it's working out really well for them.
8 to 10% is really pretty good, actually.
Absolutely.
And these aren't slums, are they?
Not, no. No, that's the one. That's the one thing we don't have a lot of. You won't find an area like Detroit in Monmouth County, New Jersey at all. It's just a lot of really great opportunities given the interest rates and the prices still being a bit depressed. It's kind of the perfect storm for buyers.
So that's interesting that you brought up the Detroit issue. So what about safety and security in the area? Because I've never been there. I don't know what it's like, and maybe my hypothetical investor wouldn't either. Do the local governments there, are they well funded enough to continue providing public services, fire, police, and all that?
Absolutely, absolutely. As a matter of fact, where you saw the biggest downfall of some of the very smaller local municipalities was after Hurricane Sandy. But because of all the government assistance, they've almost been bolstered. And some of them have actually joined forces and incorporated themselves into a wider area so that they can continue to provide those services. Monmouth County is a tremendously safe, lucrative. Schools are very well funded. We have some of the best schools in the nation here in Monmouth County. I think the last statistic I saw was there are 4 that are ranked nationally just in our county here. And those are just public schools. That's not even including all the private schools that we have here.
Well, you're going to have to send me some pictures of this place. I imagine it all leafy green and
visit us.
Walk to everything. And
yeah, definitely a driving community, but public transportation here is absolutely fabulous. Commuting to up and down the Jersey coastline, into northern New Jersey, into New York, even into Philadelphia is very easy. We have 3 fast ferries that travel to Manhattan within 5 or 10 minutes of each other, which is a great, fun boat ride every morning and every night into New York Harbor, which is absolutely spectacular.
Do you guys have some good beaches out there, too?
Beaches are incredible, and they're all back. They were back this summer with a bang. Just in our area, there are, dozens of miles of beautiful beaches that have all pretty much been rebuilt, including all the beach clubs that are on those shores. Everything is brand new. The boardwalks are back with a vengeance, and we had a lot of terrific tourism this summer. It was off a little bit, but for considering what happened just a year ago, we've done very, very well, and we're just very, very happy and grateful that people are back visiting us.
It is amazing how people can really rally together and just clean that whole thing up, because you see the pictures from half a coast or half a world away, and you're like, wow, how are they going to ever get that done? And now you're telling me it's pretty much done.
The folks in the Philippines, we've reached out to all of our affiliates down there in the Philippines, wishing them well and seeing if there's anything we can certainly do to help them. This area, it's been tremendous to see how everybody has rallied back and, all of the good wishes that we've certainly felt.
That's good. That's fantastic. So why don't you tell me about your best deal that you have on offer? What's the thing in your market that you're so excited to sell to somebody because it's such a great buy?
I'm not going to lie to you. There's a number of them. So when you posed that question, I actually had a very hard time picking just one out. We have so many different avenues here that investors could take, whether it be the tear down and rebuild strategy, the fix up the rental property strategy and hold it, or buy a single family home to service the Wall Street market and families that are looking to live down here before they permanently buy. There is no just one good deal, but I certainly would be happy to talk to anybody, find out exactly what they're looking for, and present a lot of different opportunities to them. We take a very much a trusted advisor relationship here with all of our customers at Heritage House Sotheby's International Realty, and never try to pigeonhole anybody into anything without making sure they explore all the opportunities on the market.
Well, let me ask you this. I do know that you're the Garden State, right? And beyond that icky part by the freeway, there's this whole world of trees and horses, and I think the U.S. Equestrian Team has their headquarters there. Okay, so let's say I'm a prepper with money, and I have like $2-3 million, and I want to buy a place, kind of far far from the city, but not too far. You have places like that with, rolling hills and places I
Yeah,
can grow
absolutely.
things.
A number of different areas just in our very local market area. Middletown, Rumson, Fairhaven, Colts Neck. As a matter of fact, we have a $13 million horse farm on the market in Colts Neck, New Jersey right now. Homedale, Marlboro. It's all very beautiful. Absolutely.
All right, well, I better start saving up for that one.
Yeah, you and me both.
Well, that's great. That's all the time we have today. I would like to thank you, Brian, for being on the show.
Thank you, Diane.
And if you'd like to get in touch with Brian, please call me. I would be more than happy to make a personal introduction. Until next time, I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you later.